we're getting ready to leave the Bahamas. We've been here, what, 4 months?
It's about 4 months here in the Bahamas. It's been great.
It's
absolutely great.
Beautiful. Crystal clear waters.
So many amazing people.
Yeah. The snorkeling.
Yeah, the snorkeling. We've done some good scuba diving in the Conception. Some great cruising. And we've learnt a hell of a lot about the boat, handling the boat.
Sailing boat.
Different conditions. Yeah. Upwind sailing, downwind sailing, big waves,
Beating
little waves,
into
no
it.
waves. It's taught us a lot. I mean, I suppose the bit before Bahamas was really ICW, which was all motoring. Yes, we got used to the boat and it going wrong and overheating or breaking, but the Bahamas has taught us a lot more about the sailing side of this boat for sure, in all sorts of different weather, different winds.
So we have decided we are definitely going to Grand Cayman. From where we are in Greater Nagua, going to Grand Cayman is a long trip, so we have decided to go to Jamaica.
Yeah, because it's nearly 600 miles.
Yeah, so if we stop in Jamaica, that's what, 240?
240-ish.
250? And we can stay in Jamaica for a week and a half, kind of explore a little bit around there, and then move on up. Choose the next weather window, I guess.
We can explore by going up. We can, when we come into, is it Port Antonio we're going to?
Port Antonio, yeah.
And then from there we can go up the northern coast of Jamaica, making maybe 2 stops.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which ones, but the one at the top, what's the one at the top called?
Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. That's a real good jumping off spot to actually go across to, we'll probably go to Cayman Brac, I would have thought. Anyway, you know how things change.
Things do change.
So, yeah, hold fire on that, but we're definitely going to Jamaica. So it's just before sunset, the first evening en route to Jamaica here, and I spotted this little Haitian boat about an hour ago, and it's hardly moving, and they're worrisome because I bet they haven't got any lights on at night. Glad we've cleared this one before sunset. Erica's due to go on watch soon, so she's having some food.
Nap time soon.
Oh, she thinks it's nap time, but really it means she's going on watch. Are you going to go on watch when it's dark then? Huh? You're going on watch when it's dark instead?
We just won't sleep until we get to Jamaica, both of us.
It doesn't work like that. We've hardly slept in the last 36 hours anyway because it was so rolly in the anchorage.
Alright, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that first night watch that I had to do. It made my anxiety go up a lot. Davy was trying to nap on the side. I was constantly up and down checking navionics, making sure we were on the right path. Literally in a 5-minute period, I think I checked navionics like 10 times and checked my surroundings, got up, made sure everything was good. All in like a 10-minute period, I was like up and about. You were bouncing around like a rabbit. Compared to my first night passage, I was exactly the same. This was a good few years ago. But I could see it in you while you were having your first night passage, your first watch, I'm in charge, and you were da-da-da-da-da. And so, well, tell them about the lights. So I saw a big light off the port side. I almost thought it was the moon for a while because it was like a glow and it looked like it was like coming up. And then all of a sudden these big bright lights came on, and these 2 front lights, you could see the starboard and the port side lights, and I was like, oh crap, that's a big boat. It almost looked like a cruise ship, but it didn't have its lights on the whole time, so it might have just been a cargo ship, and it saw that there were sailboats on the radar, so it just turned on all its lights so it could be seen. But it freaked me out. Like, even though it was miles off, I woke up Davy and I was like, well, it's very distant. It's there's a boat. And he was like, it's so different. When you first see lights, you think and you feel like they're so close to you at night time because you can't see anything else. All you can see is these lights, and you think, oh, it's going to run me over. Get me. Yeah, but it's always concerning. That was your first time experiencing that. It was a bit stressful, to be honest, but the stars were beautiful, so it was actually quite a clear night, so we were able to see, and it was great. Okay, so the Windward Passage. We went through the Windward Passage to come from the Bahamas to Jamaica. And the Windward Passage basically goes between Haiti, the northern side, and the southern point of Cuba. This is a really great passage to go through, but it does have its issue. No, I wouldn't say issues. It does have a big shipping channel as well. There's a big shipping channel which goes around the southern point of Cuba. We had the northwest swell when we left the Bahamas, and then as we got to the Windward Passage, it switched around, and we also had a swell coming from the southeast.
and they kind of met at the same point of where we were. So you didn't really know where you were gonna go. It was kind of like a little bit of a washing machine feeling, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't. We're not talking huge waves here. I mean, it was probably 5-foot waves.
I still managed to sleep at this point for about 3.5 hours.
The autopilot could handle it. We were going along. We were motoring at this point because we knew that we were coming up on the shipping channel, and we saw a lot of northbound traffic. It was obviously coming from Panama, heading up and around Cuba, probably heading to the States, Bahamas, these type of countries. And there was quite a long queue, and I wanted to have there wasn't a lot of wind. I wanted to have the speed. The shipping channel was about nearly 10 miles wide, and we wanted to get it. We had to go across. The original plan was to go wide across it, and in the end I cut in. When I got the right moment between two vessels, I cut in and went across it as fast as we could. And then after the shipping channel is when we turned off the engine completely and went full sail.
How you doing, babe?
Morning. I'm good. You're supposed to be asleep. It's your 2 hours off, and you've only had an hour.
Yay! I get 1 more hour to sleep.
So the autopilot died in the night, so we are down to hand steering. We are sailing downwind at about 6-7 knots. We are 148.7 nautical miles from Jamaica. Our buddy boats are nowhere to be seen. I think we lost them in the night. They're way behind.
There's a 1 knot current that's kind of pushing us along in the direction that we're going. So we're going, what, 7 knots?
We keep going about 7, sometimes hitting 8. It's not that windy.
Cuba's somewhere over there.
You can see the mountain. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but we can see the outlines of the mountains.
Oh, you kind of can.
Oh, I'd just like to say I'm very, very proud of Erica. She has come such a long way since going down the ICW, and it was a little bit too narrow, or it was a little bit too windy, or it was a little bit anything, so didn't really want to take the helm. But on this trip here, how many miles we covered, babe?
We've done 134.8 in 22 hours and 40 minutes.
And we've done it, I'd say about, Erica's probably done about 40% of it at the helm, so she's given me a chance. I haven't really been able to sleep, but I've got downtime, so that means at least I can sit and relax a little bit. Big wave, babe.
Don't look at the waves.
So no, I just want to say well done to Erica. This is a huge achievement. She's got us halfway to Jamaica.
We still have 105 miles to go.
And the autopilot doesn't work.
The autopilot, where is it? It broke.
Just a belt, luckily. So we do have a spare one, but unfortunately with this autopilot, it's a really stupid design, and to change the belt, we need to basically take apart the whole steering, and it's kind of critical to have steering in these conditions. The camera will never do it justice, but we've got about 4 to 5 foot seas. Earlier on today we had about 8 foot seas. You'll never see it on the camera, but trust me, Erica squealed a couple of times.
Only a couple though.
She's done really well. Okay, so on passages like this, you do actually start to go a little bit stir crazy. So we've decided to play some games, and we've decided on I Spy. It's an original from the childhood. I think everybody knows this game, and it's my turn to ask Erica. All right, so let's have a little look. So Erica, I Spy with my little eye, something beginning with S.
Speaker?
Nope.
We don't have a spinnaker.
We've only got 10 seconds left.
We don't have a spinnaker.
No, we don't have a spinnaker. Look around you.
Screwdriver?
Nope.
I don't know.
Well, I can definitely see 3 more S's. One of them's really obvious, the steering wheel, but that's not what I meant. All right. How's about seaweed?
Oh shit.
There's actually patches of seaweed, you probably can't see it. There's patches of seaweed everywhere here. Some of them are enormous. I just thought I'd start filming again because Erica's just been going absolutely crazy, but she saw me got the camera out. I know she is going to give us a demonstration of her mental state at the moment.
Go. Yeah! The wind has died! 4 knots!
The wind has died. The seas have calmed down as well a bit though. It's not a bad little respite. I reckon it'll pick up. Normally evening time, the wind does pick back up. Afternoon, you get an afternoon lull. She's gone. I think she's quit. Yeah, she's back. Yeah, I'm going to film later as well when she's all asleep. That's where Erica likes to be, down there. So when we make up the daybed, it's actually really good because you can wedge your back against the sort of side, if you will, and then we got that long body pillow which you tuck in under your tummy, and then it's so comfy and you just don't fall out of bed because it's so big. We don't even need nets on that bed. It's a great passage bed. So we give you a little scenery clip so you can have a look at the view. So if you look in this direction, it's blue, and then as we swing around towards the east, it's blue, and then if we go around towards following the east, and hi Erica, and then if we go around towards the south here, that's also blue, and where we're heading west, so that's also blue. I don't think there's any land for about... Where's the nearest land? Well, that 100 miles in front of us, but behind us we do have Cuba.
Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah, how far is that? Guantanamo.
40 miles?
Alright, so the closest land is 40 miles. So we're not that far.
But we're 104.8 nautical miles from Jamaica.
And how deep is it?
13,123 feet.
A few minutes ago she just told me it was 4 foot deep.
That's a depth sounder.
That's the depth sounder. I think we might have had a whale under the keel. Night 2. Let's bring it on to night 2, because night 2 was a bit more, it was a bit more of an adventure, if you will. It was a bit more action in there. The fact that we didn't have the autopilot.
And we were doing 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
2 hours on, 2 hours off. I wasn't able to sleep. Erica is one of these freaks that when she gets off of watch, she can put her head on a pillow, poof, like 30 seconds and she's asleep. How jealous am I?
Trying to steer the boat when there was the swell and the wind and...
Yeah, because by 8:30, so the sun set at around 6:30, but you've got that residual light which lasted till about 8:30. And then it was a cloudy night.
And then it was super cloudy, so trying to steer, you couldn't see anything, and it was hard. It was...
But you managed the first bit. With the
was
residual
so
light, you
hard.
managed it.
I had one star over there that I was trying to follow, but it wasn't enough.
No, but then I took over and I did my watch. And I did a slightly longer watch, I think.
I think you did a double. But when it was my turn to take over, Davy was exhausted. You could just see it on his face. He was just like, oh my God, can you take the helm for a little bit? And I tried. I got in there, but I couldn't see anything, and I had lost the momentum of what I had had before. And I was almost doing circles, like going hard to start. And then,
there's the big. We had the big swell. There was a big swell. The wind wasn't direct. It was very close to directly behind us. But we don't have a spinnaker, so we're flying the jib. And with the jib, obviously, it puts pressure on one side and it tries to counter steer the boat. And we've also got the waves, so we're riding a wave up, 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 slow, slow, slows it down, and then surf a big wave down, and it's pulling you off to the side. And it's very difficult to steer when you have no visual reference whatsoever.
There was nearly tears on my behalf.
Nearly?
Nearly.
Excuse me, you're telling me there was dry eyes? I think there might have been 1 or 2 tears.
There might have been 1 or 2 tears, and Davy ended up taking over again for another hour or so. And then the winds finally did die down. I did get an extra hour of sleep, and then I tried again just before sunset. So at like 5 a.m.
Sunrise.
That's what I mean. Sunrise.
Yeah. A couple of stars had popped out as well behind the clouds.
And I'm able to manage through for sunrise and then for an hour or so after that.
Yeah, you gave me a good break then.
Yeah, you were able to rest and relax. But when there's no stars out and you can't see the moon and it's pitch black,
there's no land,
the anxiety
no
again just is...
240 miles later and we're nearly there. What was it you said earlier? The last 5 miles are the most difficult?
The last 10 miles are the hardest because you can see it, you can almost smell it, but you're not there. But Jamaica is much more mountainous than the Bahamas. We've made it to Jamaica!
We have. We finally made it to Jamaica. We're just outside of port now and we're going to make our way inside. There's some channel markers. A few of them look like they're in the wrong places, but we're going to navigate around them using navionics and whatever aids they have to help us in.
There's a big lighthouse. It's like red with white stripes. So we have to go around that, through Eastern Bay into Western Bay, and we're headed towards Errol Flynn Marina, where they help you with customs and immigration and quarantine and all that business. So we're arriving, it's what, 12:30?
12:30, the Q flag is up.
So it's taken us about 46 hours?
Approximately 46 hours,
46 hours to get here from Great Anagua in the Bahamas to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Jamaica me crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Jamaica.